Now, there we go.
Is it going or is it going, gone?
Nope, we're on. So BeLive is on. So we are doing well in the groups on Bob.
Okay. And let me check
I'm going to
something
come and try
here.
and join you there.
Okay. Please do. Please do. And let me make sure that this is streaming. It says we're streaming
All right, so I think
on
I'm
one
in. There's the
platform.
video.
Okay. Do you see streaming anywhere? Do, 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 do.
Yeah, BeLive says I am streaming, so I should be in the groups.
Oh, there we go. And we are streaming on the biology page as well. So very, very
Am
good.
I in there too?
We did it.
Am I on there too?
I'm so proud of myself.
So am I on biology? No, you're there. I don't see me.
I'm there.
Okay. All right, you're there. Let me see if I need to do something else here.
Okay.
Video is selected. Buddy, I don't see how to jump on.
Manage video.
I don't see anything. It says you're like, good morning, Linda. It doesn't show me where I can join on the Facebook. To be on the video with you. I don't know. Maybe ask them if they can hear me. I don't think so.
Okay. So, can you guys hear Gary or see Gary? Put a little comment. Greetings from the Sudan. And there's Linda. You're on ICU, Linda. Linda, can you hear Gary?
Testing, 1, 2.
Testing.
And all those of you that are joining in on our groups, thanks for being patient. We're just trying to sort this out with the Facebook platform. Because we're trying to stream with the Facebook platform and our normal platform, and for some reason, they not happening together.
Yeah. Okay, so
not sure what to do here, buddy.
Michelle, you said yes. What was that yes to?
Oh, she can hear me, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. So everybody's popping on with that. Can't see Gary, but can hear him. Gary, turn on your camera. Don't be shy.
No, my camera is on. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, so and now I go back and it says I can watch it live, but I can't.
Congratulations. That's even better.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna.
So today our topic is on abundance of Facebook's challenges and issues, and
yeah. So we're both streaming on BeLive on the group. So
yes,
I don't know why you're not connecting to the Facebook platform.
Yeah, because I'm in the back. I'm in the dashboard, but it doesn't show me where I can join in.
Well,
it says waiting for video, but it's not giving me an option to click or select anything.
That's very strange.
So that's too low FPS. Frame rate is too low. Please set the frame. Learn more. What the heck?
Everybody be patient with us. Just a moment. Let me get this thing set up properly.
Yeah, it's like it's now not engaging. It was for when we were in here a second ago, but it's not engaging my camera.
Doesn't it say down the bottom? Click for live. For me, it was in the bottom left-hand corner. So go live.
Yeah, it says enable live video. I got it. It is enabled. Okay. Oh, now it's waiting for camera. But nothing.
Is there a setting of which camera to connect it to?
But it's grayed out. Camera controls are grayed out.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's all grayed out.
Let me see if there's some. Well, if it has your voice, I don't know if there's somewhere that what I'm supposed to do to bring you in. You were added. You were when I set this up. You were set up as a moderator.
Okay, I'm going to close out of Facebook and come back into it and see.
Okay.
Okay.
One more minute, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. Susan says the universe is showing us the folly of technology. Oh, spot on.
That's for sure. It's either the universe or Ross and Gary. So we do have people in the groups. Hey, someone just said, hey, lovelies, hello back. Okay, and now I'm going to, okay, set up my video. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. Yeah, it's grayed out my video. For some reason, it says waiting for camera, but it's grayed out all my options.
All right. Well, your audio today.
All right.
So let's get going, everybody.
You'll have to lip sync when I'm.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Where's my Gary mask? I have a Gary mask here somewhere.
Well, that's scary.
I'm not shaking my head.
All right. All right. So let's get going then. Oh, for those of you on the group, oh yeah, you should be able to hear Ross because he's coming in this platform. Okay. So yeah. So you're getting us double on here. All right. So why don't you go ahead and start up, Ross?
Okay. So, what are we talking about today? What does the vibrational frequency of abundance feel like to you? Does it feel like ease in life? Would you like it to feel like the freedom to choose? Does the vibration of abundance feel like an exhilaration that you can't describe, a limitless sensation of flow? If abundance is something that's important to you, then we're going to suggest that you we want you to take money out of the equation. Just bear with us for the next hour. We're going to take money out of the equation of abundance because there's so much more abundance that is abundantly around you that you can tune in yourself to it and feel it and begin to flow and allow it to flow into you. In this first episode of this month's 4-week abundance topic, getting you ready to experience our premier master lab, money, abundance, spirituality, and the 10 laws to having all you could ever want.
Yeah. We're so excited to bring this master lab to you all. For those of you who've been listening to us for years, we did tell you in January that we are upping the game this year, right? And so we started with the 5-day challenges, which are just rocking it.
Yeah.
People are getting amazing results. And the next one is in June, so be aware for that when we start the next one. We've also added the interview series, which also we're getting great feedback from. And now the set of master labs that we have coming up are going to be total game changers. Okay. If you want to get more info on this upcoming one, go ahead and type in #MasterLab in the comments, and we'll send you a direct message through Facebook with the details. That's #MasterLab. Let me just throw it up on the screen here. I know I got it somewhere. Boom, there we go. So #MasterLab in order to get that info sent to you in the comments. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of really cool stuff planned. We'll talk a little bit about that today at the end, give you kind of a prelude of it, if you will. but we'll in the private messages we'll give you more details. So now, before we begin, go ahead and tell us in the comments. Awesome. Go ahead and tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from. Every week we hit a wide global audience, and it's always great for us and for you to see the global community that you're a part of. So go ahead and tell us in the comments your city and the country in the chat. I'm coming live with all the technical challenges and difficulties from just outside Vancouver, Canada, and Ross is creating his version of those technical difficulties in Seattle, just outside Seattle, Washington. And every week we bring you content that is intended to help you to hack what we call the Infinity Matrix. And appropriately titled, today's stream is because it implies that in this matrix that we're all participating in, everything is available in infinite abundance. The trick is to acknowledge it, align with it, and allow it to flow more naturally into your life from a place of choice. And so, so some of you have asked if this will be recorded. I noticed a couple of mentions if this will be recorded, and there will be a replay. Yes, absolutely. You can get
We're just
access.
not sure which version.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Which version will you get? That's a good question. Will you get the Gary and Ross version, or will you get the Ross with the Gary
the
on
solo version or the dynamic duo version? So
to get that, you have to join us in the in our Facebook group to get access to that replay. And just go to it's scrolling facebook.com/groups/the Infinity Matrix. Make sure you fill out the 3 questions if you're not already in a part of our membership in our group. We're 8,400 growing members. It's pretty awesome, dynamic group. And you fill out those 3 questions, you'll be automatically accepted as a member. One of the questions is for you to join our VIP list. You're going to want to do that because we have some VIP stuff lined up for you that you won't want to miss. Okay. So now, before I hand you off to Ross, let me prime your brain for what we intend to stir up, to agitate, to stimulate in your thoughts, your ideas, beliefs, and even in the cellular structure of your being. I want you to let some part or parts of your mind deeply consider the level of abundance that you have in your life right now. Deeply consider that, beginning with what your definition of abundance is. Then investigating your threads of memory associated with any problems you may have had with your vibration around it. So thinking back, what has been your relationship with abundance in the reality you experience throughout your life? Has it always been smooth? What is it right now? Is it good, bad, inconsistent, non-existent? Go ahead and tell us in the comments what your definition of abundance is. I'd like to see what you guys have for your definition of abundance. Okay. Well, it's going to be hard because I can't see some of the comments on your end, Ross, but if you see any, let me know.
Let me get over here.
So what do you guys consider as abundance? And as you contemplate, there we go, abundance feels free. Awesome. And
love it.
There's a freedom absolutely to it, right? And someone says, feeling abundance is my life's mission. Bliss to me. Feels like bliss to me.
Nice.
Awesome. So just on a side note, for that person who said it feels like it's your mission, then that means you feel that you're not already always connected to it. It feels like you're on your way. You have to do something to get it. You got to think about that, the way you phrase things, right? So, so something to think about. So, as you contemplate your relationship with that abundance, whatever your definition of it is, Do you ever wonder, how did you end up this way? How did you end up in that relationship with abundance the way that you are right now? And did you ever ask how you came into that particular vibration? Now, many times we can tune into the stories we heard about abundance growing up, and that has an impact. And then there's also the layers of impact from those statements or stories that, especially when it came from different family members or from particular, if you grew up in a particular culture that had definitions and stories and belief systems around it. And then, of course, there's the omnipresent media. Okay. Right? There is the media. And if that doesn't send your thoughts into a swirl of some kind, then just wait, because sometimes you need to stir things up before you can set them back in order. Let's see if we can get there before this stream is done. Ross, I guess we're on the road to abundance, so let's take them for a ride.
I'm in the steering wheel. All right, everyone. So buckle up. So let's explore this topic that seems to confound people. Abundance. It seems to be an issue that absorbs much of our attention, and we seem to completely be enthralled by it. So absorbed that we've lost sight of its richness and vastness that surrounds us. So, while many, if not all of you, have been overthinking this for quite some time. So, let's take this time together to address the multitude of ideas surrounding abundance so that you can truly understand that attracting abundance into your life is quite a simple method. And it does not have to be in any way the struggle that you may have created, you may have learned, or been led to believe to be true. It starts with this: I want more abundance. Sound familiar? Okay, that's rather vague. You're on this live stream, and now you're more abundant in knowledge. Your wish is the matrix command. There you are. You're now more abundant. All right. I want more money. All right, great. Send me your address. I'll send you a nickel. Okay. You are now more abundant. Noticing kind of a pattern here? All right. Let's get a little bit more specific. Let's try this again. I want more money because I'm tired of being poor. I want better health because I'm tired of being sick. I want more love because I'm tired of being alone. Any of this sounding familiar? Any of this ringing a bell? So, yes, I believe that you truly are tired of being poor, tired of being sick and lonely. And each of these is one form or another. They're an end result of your search for abundance. And I'm going to come back to this in just a little bit. But before that, before we go there, we become so wrapped up in the definitions that we create for abundance, as Gary said, or the apparent lack of it. We lose sight of the end result. And isn't that the most important? The most important part? So we would like to address the notion and make it very clear to you. It is only your clarity of definitions of abundance and the results therein that prevents you from experiencing it in your lives, even though you are always experiencing it. So many of you have been told that abundance is certain things, but not other things. In other words, it's money, precious metals or gems, stocks, bonds, and on and on and on and on. But It's not love, it's not happiness, not health or time, friendships or trade. There is nothing, absolutely nothing inherent in the idea of abundance or the experience of abundance that is difficult to attain. Only your definitions of abundance makes it seem as if it to be beyond your reach. So write this down because it's very important. It's probably the most important thing we've said to date. Only your definitions of abundance makes it seem as if it to be beyond your reach. Therefore, it's crucial that you understand the mechanisms of abundance. And first of all, abundance always starts from within. The end result, that which is provided, may not be from within, but your initial thought may have been stimulated by something externally, but didn't come from the external. It came from your mind, your thoughts. And let me be very, very clear, your true thoughts. Your true thoughts. What you focus on expands. And we've heard some variation of this before. It expands, it grows, and multiplies exponentially. Yes, abundance does start from within. It begins with the thoughts from your mind and heart. And those thoughts are transmuted into emotions. And from there, energetic vibrations, hence your internal matrix. This is the only kind of code the infinity matrix can read, the code of energy. Then it seeks the matching frequencies from the external matrix and reflects it back to you. You are now at the choice convergence point. You can choose whether to identify and accept that which is being sent or not and just let it pass by. Does everybody get that? If you have any questions, put them in the comments. So here's another one. Abundance is the ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. That's right. I didn't say anything about money. I didn't say anything about precious metals, rare gems, stocks, and bonds, and anything like that. Why? Because we're going to discuss many of the definitions of abundance. And yes, there are more than one. Many more. In other words, it's not just money and wealth in its usual forms. I know what you're thinking, that money can buy me all the abundance that I want. Are you sure about that? Are you really, really sure? So as I stated earlier, the first and foremost powerful idea of abundance is that it comes from within. As abundance comes in almost unlimited forms, creativity within is its greatest form. Your creative ability to go beyond just your bank account, to perceive and conceive new ideas, unique methods, and blend them together has long been the hidden piece. If you only see abundance as money, very often you don't see abundance in its other forms. You're blind, so to speak, abundance blind, because money is the only color we've been taught to allow abundance to come in. But abundance comes in a total spectrum of wondrous colors, shapes, and sizes and things. The idea is to understand that you must relax your insistence that it must come this certain way or I won't accept it. I won't recognize it if I don't see this and this on such and such a date to the penny. So it doesn't look like it what you expected, and then you just let it pass you by. If you allow yourself To understand that abundance is simply whatever way, shape, or form your synchronicity can attract into your life, then you need to allow yourself to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Then you will begin to realize that you are very abundant and have been for quite some time.
Yeah.
When money is the strongest way a particular kind of abundance can be fulfilled, then the money will be there. Let me repeat this again, it's very important. When money is the strongest way a particular kind of abundance that you're asking for can be fulfilled, then the money will be there. You'll attract the opportunity to give you the money. But when money is not the simplest way, when it is not the path of least resistance, which may be the last way it will manifest. In other words, there's other things that you can do to attain that abundance. You may be receiving in many other ways that abundance is manifesting in your life, or I'll say attempting to manifest in your life. But you may not be allowing it to, again, because of your definitions. Okay. And definitions of abundance are a huge topic that we'll be discussing in this month's premier master lab: money, abundance, spirituality, and the 10 laws to having all you could ever want.
Remember to throw that hashtag MasterLab if you want more info on that.
There we go. As I said earlier, creativity is a human's greatest asset. That's what distinguishes us from everything else. Our ability to think beyond the boundaries of logic and norms. The creative mindset allows us to persevere and set forth a plan of creation. After all, creativity brought us out of the caves and sent us to the stars. So, you are truly, if you are truly tired of being poor, sick, and lonely, are you? Have you ever heard stories of a wealthy person who came across some undue hardship and lost everything, only to regain it back in what seems to be almost immediately? How did they do that? They understood the definitions of abundance. Their creativity allowed them to parlay their entire spectrum of resources because they see everything as abundance. They understand the power of the internal matrix and understand that they already have all the power they need to conjure their reality, their abundance in all of its forms. They're specific. They have clarity. They have confidence. In order to create the reality that they prefer, they must wield this power. And power is not control. It's not domination. It's not attempting to try to make your reality conform to your will. It's the will to simply focus with the clarity about whom and what you are, what it is that you prefer, the clarity about what it is you believe you deserve. So, a big issue, especially in regard to abundance, is to ask yourself, do I deserve to be abundant? But again, it is the actions themselves, it is the reality itself that says it all. Are you willing to believe it to the point where you're willing to be it? Are you willing to act it out, to be that person, that abundant person that can attract the preferred reality to themselves? I want more money because I'm tired of being poor. I am abundance. is the correct form. I want better health because I'm tired of being sick. I am abundant in health. I want more love because I'm tired of being alone. I am abundant. And we're going to get into the details of this in the Master Lab. As long as you trust in yourself that you are not avoiding something you need to look at, you must trust that your excitement in abundance is the thing to follow, and then act in that direction. So imagine that you're very excited about having a luxury automobile. And I would love to drive across the countryside, the highways or the Autobahn. That's my symbol. That's my model. I want a car like that. It's my all-consuming passion. So how can I own something like that? Here is where we put the reticular activating system into play. And we've talked about this several times in previous live streams. In this case, the RAS is not to see more of those cars, but rather to see what opportunities, what circumstances, what people, what offers, or other pieces of the puzzle appear in my path. How can I connect them to create that which I wish to manifest? And lastly, take action. Write that down too. Take action. As much as I'd like to say sitting on the couch and wishing real hard that it'll work, most likely it won't, unless sitting on the couch is your passion. Another topic that we cover in this month's Master Lab is, so if you want to get more details on the money, abundance, spirituality, and the 10 laws to having all you could ever want, drop hashtag Master Lab in the chat and we'll send you a DM in the messenger about all the details. So let me ask you this. Why do we talk about passion? Because following your excitement allows you to stay on a level of high energy, high positive synchronicity. Allows yourself to begin to realize that you are the miracle you've been looking for. You are the magic. You are the magician. Nothing is too good to be true. All of this is real. It's all true. We hope this is the most astonishing thing that you are discovering and that many people are going to discover as you expand into the infinity matrix. So if you have questions about today's topic, you want to figure out where and why abundance isn't flowing for you, then join us on Saturdays Down the Rabbit Hole, where we'll answer your questions and we'll kind of break things down for you. So
yeah, for those of you who don't know, we do have a live and interactive Zoom call every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. It's all about having a community of like-minded and inquisitive people who want to discuss any and all of the topics related to growth, evolution, and spirituality. So you can come and join us. It's free. Come and join us by going to hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole to register for the Zoom link, and it'll be sent to your inbox so you can join us live. Okay. At the beginning of the stream, excuse me, at the beginning of the stream, I attempted to stir things up in your mind and your body around your relationship to abundance. Now, why do you think I did that? Think about it. Well, it's like I said, sometimes we need to stir things up before we can set them right. And that does also come with an assumption that things aren't right. Okay? Because we can sometimes get so caught up in the stories and conditioning of limitations and complacency that we just don't know anything else is possible. if you, Ross talks about it in, I can't remember which stream, we talk about the cats who see either horizontal or vertical line. If you only see horizontal, you only know horizontal exists. If you only see vertical, you only know vertical exists. You don't know there's these other spectrum of angles that you can experience. And it's kind of been that way for many of us on this planet. Okay?
Yes.
So even if you are doing well with abundance in your life, in whatever your definition of abundance is, or whatever it's shifted to, right? It's possible that because you've been fed a definition and the conditions that would make you feel as if you were fully experiencing all the abundance there is, it's possible that that the reality you've been living is only one of many realities that are and there are other realities where there are levels upon levels of more abundance just waiting for you, but they're in your blind spots, right? So one of the first things we suggest is to always be reassessing your level of satisfaction with your growth and evolution in any area of your life. In fact, we discuss it in detail in day 4 of the 5-day challenge, right? So, so if you haven't joined that challenge yet, make sure next time we have it, jump on it, because it's an amazing 5-day challenge. If you ever get to a level of complacency, then you run the risk of canceling any opportunities to grow and fully experience your total authentic self. So how do we set the bar for complacency in health, money, relationships, contribution, enjoyment of life, purpose, and passion? You can think about that. Because if we don't know how we've set them, how are you going to undo them or set new ones? Right? So in order to unravel any tethers that hold you back, you have to take a deep look into what you were taught about abundance from your family. How was having too much a bad thing? Should you feel guilty if you have everything you want and others don't? What were you told the characteristics were of those who were wealthy and had abundance? And when you heard that, when you experienced that, those explanations of the characteristics they're supposed to have, did you feel drawn to that type of energy, or did you feel the need to avoid it? Right? If you're on a spiritual path, which many of our students, clients, and members here are, right? What kind of signposts of abundance are influencing the directions that you take? Who put those signposts up? Who gave definitions to those signposts? Most times, 99.9% of times, it wasn't you. It was something outside of you. And many times there are silent and unconscious statements within those signposts, unconscious belief systems that can sabotage. Because having abundance couldn't possibly come with a true spiritual connection with Source, could it? I mean, could it? Some people see other family members who have fallen into those types of conflicting realities. Heck, it might even have happened to some of you on the stream. You struggled because of some underlying program in your matrix that prevents you from having the abundance and the happiness that you want in life. Or that you'll make those you love or are close to you feel less than or inadequate if you have too much of anything. Listen, it seems that for many of us, the cards were stacked against us. I mean, if you are lucky enough to be in a family that embraces abundance with grace and humility, excuse me, then the next layer of the matrix can slam the door and slam it shut and lock you into mediocrity. Because depending on where you are in the world, right? It's the culture you grow up in. The culture you grow up in has its own set of ideas, its own set of beliefs, and own set of stories and myths around abundance. And those lessons have history to back them up, so they seem like they have more weight, more influence. So that must mean they are true. Must it? I mean, we got to question these things, right? And the sneaky part of this layer of reality, which is the culture, the sneaky part of it is that it seems untouchable, because it's not like you're going to go out and change history, right? So you feel disempowered to do anything about it. And then there's the beast that is almost impossible to avoid and get away from, unless you're able to see the code within their code and take back your control, which is what we teach in our Art of Designing Your Reality programs. Okay? And what I'm talking about is the media. So from the time you are able to comprehend communication beyond significant facial expressions, the media starts to sink its teeth into your true authentic self. And if you're not careful, it can feed on it your entire life. And the deception is that while it's feeding on you, it convinces you that you are also being fed with things of value, things of worth. It influences your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs, and even who you think you are or what you're capable of. Yeah, someone put hashtag take back control. 100%. Again,
exactly. Good, love
for
it.
Sure. Right? And that transition from lack and limitation starts with awareness of what's held you back. And that's what we're bringing today. We're bringing the awareness of what's held you back. And then it's about shifting your energy in a way that abundance starts to stimulate you, to wake you up to your true authentic self again, so that you're living life fully and without compromise. But be aware, we are not talking about coming from a place of neediness or entitlement.
Right.
Okay? It's more of a place of acceptance that whatever level of abundance you need, as Ross said, whatever level of abundance you need in order to live your purpose with passion will just be there as it's needed. And all you have to do is trust in all that is. God force, universal energy, whatever you label it. You trust that it will unconditionally serve up whatever is perfect for your evolution at the right timing. And the power, energy, emotions that you should be working on tapping into as much as possible is love, gratitude, worthiness, and oneness. Let me say them again. Love, gratitude, worthiness, and oneness. Because it's when you can truly feel worthy to be grateful for all the love that is ever present, that's when you can realize that oneness is the ultimate expression of pure abundance. And that's where we want to take you. So on May 26th, is it 26th, Ross, or 25th?
26th, I believe.
May 26th, we will be taking some of you into our Infinity Matrix Master Lab. And we will be working on bringing awareness to whatever has been preventing you from having the abundance in whatever area of life, whatever definition is, that you know deep down there is for you.
Hey, Gary?
Yeah.
I want to interrupt here for just a second because there's some comments that you can't see on the page. So there's a couple people who are expressing their frustration that they've been waiting for quite some time for things to happen, and etc. And they don't understand what's wrong or what they're not doing. That's why this master lab was created. It was created
100%.
for you. So
100%.
Garrett, we understand more than you know of what's going on as far as in the world and all that kind of stuff, and it can be very frustrating. It can be very, very, very frustrating and such. We saw this coming months ago, and that's when we started creating and developing this particular master lab for this particular time of the year. This is designed for you. If you are still struggling and still wondering and still confused and frustrated and angry, this is for you. This is your answer.
And so the way we do that, and we're breaking it down here in a lot of different subtle ways for you, but also some not so subtle ways, right?
Exactly.
Is first bring awareness to what has been holding, what has been anchoring you, what has been shackling you, right? That's the first thing, is to bring the awareness to that, and then we'll take you through processes in the master lab. We'll take you through processes to disconnect from those shackles.
Right.
And then you'll get the tools to start reprogramming your matrix so that you can have all you could ever want. That's what that master lab is. It's going to be about 3.5, maybe 4 hours long. Okay. Again, if you'd like to have more information about and more details about that master lab, it's called Money, Abundance, Spirituality, and the 10 Laws of Having All You Could Ever Want. Just type #masterlab if you haven't already done so. #masterlab in the chat. Keep your eye on your Facebook Messenger for direct messages from one of us over the next couple of days so you can get that info. Okay. And so that's our stream for today, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us, sticking around, and helping us, cope and deal with the technical issues at the beginning. We appreciate that, and for you sticking around. And we truly hope you got value from your time spent with us, because we know that time is a commodity that you can't get back. Okay. So we do our best to make it worth your while every Thursday, and we are here to make sure that you get value from the time you spend with us. Right? We're here every Thursday, so make sure you set your reminders and come and join us, whether it's on the page, whether it's in one of our groups, wherever we're streaming it, because we stream at a variety of different places. Remember, we're also inviting you to join us for the free live Zoom call Saturday mornings. We call it Down the Rabbit Hole. Those of you that are in the groups will see the stream running on the bottom. Those of you that aren't, it's hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole. Ross, maybe if you can drop that in the chat to register for the Zoom link. And then you can come and join us on Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And we can expand on this conversation and also go in it's called Rabbit Hole because we can go anywhere we want with it. It's wherever the conversation needs to go. Okay.
Everybody bring your cards.
So Carolyn said, where's the Master Lab link? We haven't set that up yet, Carolyn. So if you type #MasterLab, once we have it all dialed in, we will private message you in Messenger to let you know. So that's why we're asking you to do #MasterLab so we know who is interested in finding out more detail.
Right. And just another plus, next week's live stream is about your beliefs around money. That's why I didn't want to talk about it too much today, because we're going to be dealing with that next week. This whole month is dedicated to abundance. And it is
abundance and spirituality.
Ever encompassing topic. It really is, with all different levels and variations. And we're going to really, really keep shaking things up. We're going to stir that pot. So check in with us next week as well. We love you. We're so happy that you're here. As Gary said, sorry for the little confusion in the very beginning. We're really hoping this worked because Facebook has got some weird rules, and so we're trying to comply. So that's all I can say about that.
Yes, that's all we're willing to say about
Yeah,
that.
exactly. But it's fun. We're here for you. If you have more questions, put them in the comments. But if you really have questions, you really have frustrations, join us on Saturday for the
Rabbit hole.
That is
It's a
a
great community. The
one-on-one.
conversations are absolutely buzzing, and we get some really, really good topics going.
Fantastic.
All right. Be well, everyone.
See
Thanks for
everyone.
showing up. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
And be well and